Senator King, let me recognize Senator Tuberville, please. No, sir, not yet.
There, maybe that'll work. General, thank you for being here today, and your husband and your daughter. My two kids grew up with a coach as a dad, disciplinarian. I can't imagine your daughter growing up with two generals. That would be very interesting. I'd love to be around the breakfast table sometimes. I know she's got some stories. Appreciate your training in Fort Rucker in Alabama, too, aviation training. That's awesome. You know, your area of responsibility, the Southern Command, sometimes gets overlooked, but it is getting more important every day. And we can just see the drugs in this country. Being a coach, I've seen over the years, and of all the kids that we're losing to drugs, and just in my career, I can imagine now with what's coming across the border, and that's got to be a huge undertaking in the future because there's so much money involved in it. You know, I told Admiral Fowler, when we testified in March, that dealing with criminal organizations, Haiti and Cuba, China and Russia, coming our way, they're pressing us every day. You got your hands full. You know, I believe sooner or later the American people are going to wake up to what's going on in our Caribbean and our southern part of the country. And I hope it doesn't take for China to float an aircraft carrier between Miami and the Bahamas for us to wake up, because it's coming. I think in the next 3 years you're going to see a lot of changes, and you're going to be right on top of it. So I'm anxious to watch and see what you do and how you do it, because we're all going to be counting on you. And if ever you need anything, you know, please let this committee know, because sometimes the Southern Command, along with, you know, with all the drugs and so many different factions that's challenging our country, you're going to need more and more every day, and that can't be overlooked. What do you think is going to be your biggest obstacle, you know, when you take this job, when you're confirmed? What do you think your number one concern will be as you look at it?
Well, Senator, thank you for the question, and I share your concern about the area of operations. It is a huge, it's a huge area, and quite a lot of ground to cover. Just to use a sports analogy, you got to have your jersey on, you got to have your number, and you got to be on the field. And you can't just be on the field once every couple of months engaging with countries. It's got to be consistent. It's got to be persistent. And constantly engaging with our partner nations, knowing, I think it also sends that the U.S. is committed to this region, and so a lot of levers are available, and so utilizing those low-cost, high return on investment initiatives, and certainly working cross-combatant command as well, because I think a lot of things that are happening in different AORs in the Indo-Pacific into the European Command, AFRICOM, certainly everything is very globally interconnected these days. And so working with my fellow combatant commanders and obviously with the commander of U.S. NORTHCOM to help strengthen those relationships and our commitment in the region.
I don't think it's fair to ask you this question today, but when you come back for another hearing in the future, I want to know your thoughts about Guantanamo Bay. I want to know what you think about it, what the future for it is. I think that's a huge region for us down there. I spent a lot of years in Miami, got a lot of Cuban friends, and they're very passionate about their country in Cuba. And I think you're going to be right in the middle of that, because you see things starting to happen down there. My time's almost up. I took a little controversy over this question, but I'm going to ask you. Our military needs to grow. We're losing more and more in our military to be able to get them in the military because of either education, drugs, felonies. We don't have a lot to choose from. And we got a lot of bright young men and women in this country. What do you think about drafting women in the future, or having them at least sign up for the selective service?
Well, certainly for women and having been in the military, there are just huge opportunities to serve in the military. Very thankful that that I've been able to do that. I've been a helicopter pilot for 34 years. I've been able to build and train teams to fight and win in combat. And quite honestly, it is just my honor to be able to serve with America's sons and daughters in the U.S. military.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your service, and look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Tuberville. Let me recognize via WebEx Senator Warren, please.
Thank